What's up, everyone? I want to give a quick garden tour and show you what's growing on in the garden toward the end of June. So this is the entranceway for my garden, and I have some amazing sunflowers growing. And these are Black Russian, I want to say. And then I still have lettuce. It hasn't bolted yet. I still have lettuce right down here, which I can't believe it hasn't bolted. I have onions interplanted, potatoes, and some peppers, but they're not really doing great. I let some of these carrots go to seed just to give some food to some bugs. This bed was full of peas. I just pulled them out, put a fresh layer of compost, and I don't know what I'm gonna plant here yet. I'll probably get a packet of beans, throw some beans in here. I let these carrots go to seed too. I just like letting some of these vegetables go to seed. I have some cucumber interplanted with my tomatoes, and there is beans right there. And each of the bed I have different types of marigolds planted. These are onions I let go to seed right here. I have more beans right there. This is a cucumber there, and onions all through here. Same thing, I have different types of marigolds planted here, and basil planted at the base of the marigolds. And I have beans planted through here, carrots coming up. I still let some of those go to seed. Tomatoes, I still have little tomatoes here. Beans are starting to climb up my trellis. Tomatoes, onions. And what I do with the tomatoes is, let's see if I can find one with a sucker on it. So, no, I'll find one. In this bed, I have a potato. I don't know where it came from, but it's there. Tomatoes all through here. Really not supposed to grow potatoes next to tomatoes, but I don't know where they came from. I must have dropped one. Onions right there, and tomatoes all through here. And my mint, I'm gonna wait till the end of the season. I'm gonna pull all this mint again. It's just gonna be hard to get under control. And I have a cucamelon right there. All right, and marigold, carrots through here, tomatoes interplanted with that. And I have a cucumber there, onions interplanted. Right here I have an artichoke. Right here, basil. Same thing, mint, peppermint's taken over. This is my contorted mulberry tree. Still haven't had any fruit. I was supposed to get fruit this year, but I don't know what happened. Birds must have ate all of them. And here is my corn. And interplanted, I have some squash and melons and watermelon planted in between, and for ground cover. And I still have some peas up, but I'm going to be taking them out. And here are my beets, all my beets through here. Let's see, yep, I have my beets. These are different varieties of beets through here, and I have different plants grown. I don't know where this corn came from, but all these tomatoes, these are all volunteers. I try to pull them out just because they get turned into a weed. Strawberries right there. Strawberries. Still have lettuce, hasn't bolted yet. And this lettuce here, I just chop and drop it. So I just chop it and leave it. Lettuce still hasn't bolted right there. And I still have, that is a cauliflower, but it's not gonna do anything, it's too late. More peas right there. And I just pulled up all the garlic and planted. I have potatoes interplanted in the garlic, and they're falling over because they got leggy because they were reaching for sun. So hopefully they straighten out. I planted bush cucumbers in between, melons, watermelons, and I'll try to keep them under control. I planted onions all through here, so all that's onions. Here's my bed of potatoes, and I have some Swiss chard right there. And so these are all potatoes here. And I really don't hill them up, so I still get plenty of potatoes. And I planted, let's see, some onions in between. And let's see there's an onion right there. I planted some peppers, but they probably got crowded out. So here is all my Swiss chard, hasn't bolted. Swiss chard here. And this just shows you like the quality of my soil, how adding compost to your soil. It just, look at the size of that Swiss chard. Dinosaur kale. I mean, look at these leaves. Things are beautiful. Onions, interplanted. Basil. Peppers. They got a little leggy. Dinosaur kale. And this is just a kale. I'm just letting go to flower. More dinosaur kale. I think dill. Let me see. I let that go to seed. Yeah, that's dill. Let that go to seed. Here is a bed of onions. Different type of onions through there. I have a pepper. Some lettuce hasn't bolted yet. Apple tree right there. Beautiful sunflowers getting big. Asparagus is only the second year, so I don't pick it. Let it go to flower. Interplanted beans all through here. Raspberry canes are starting to spread out, so I'm going to have to pull them up, but I'd leave them alone. Some strawberries, let them spread out. I have cucumber right there, cucumber over there, and these are all my blackberries. I've been picking them pretty regularly. So they're starting to turn black. These are black cap raspberries right there. These are some raspberries right here. I thought I pulled them all up, but I didn't. It's fresh, nothing like some fresh raspberries. Squash. I just made this bed this year, so they're not doing too well. Just zucchini squash, but they're not really doing much. Strawberry patch. And like I said, I'm letting those just spread out. Blueberry tree. Let's see if I'm getting, yep, we got blueberries right there. And then I planted that crimson clover at the base of each of my blueberry. Hold on, I gotta pick these black caps. These are delicious. Blueberries. Pear tree. More blueberries. Can never have too many blueberries. Blueberry, blueberry, blueberry. Plum tree. Comfrey. Have to cut that down, make some compost tea. Strawberries, let those just spread out. These are the raspberries I transplanted. They didn't really give me anything this year, but that's just letting the root system just kind of spread out. Blackberry. So I should get some blackberry, good blackberries from this one this year. So I planted right here in this little section all sunflowers and potatoes. So that's all through there. And some sunflowers. One got knocked over. So I got some sunflowers. That's my mushroom patch. Elderberry. That thing's spreading out real good. These are different. This is a Viking elderberry, different type of elderberry. This one right there, that's another mushroom patch. Sorry for the glare. I already got my grapes. They're doing good. Well, hoping the birds don't eat them all, but they probably will. So let's see. Yep, plenty of grapes, which is pretty cool. Cherry tree. I planted this one here, but I don't know if it's going to make it or not. Cherry, apple. It's the apple tree here. This one, come on. This is a pear right there, another apple there. And I just have like comfrey and lovage, and let strawberries kind of spread out. So I'm letting strawberries just kind of take over. Currant right there. Currant right there. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Everything's looking nice and full and lush. This year is one of my best years. My garden soil is finally breaking down enough where soil is turning really, really rich and getting good quality soil. So it just shows you, like I always say, what you can grow. And this is not a very big space, and I'm growing a lot of food. So I use no chemicals, no nothing. I let the bugs do the work, let nature do its work. And because I do all my woodworking and all my sawdust, and I make sure no pressure treated, but like this is all cedar sawdust, and I just put it in a walking path, let it break down, just feed the soil, keep the weeds down. You won't have to do very much weeding, and if you do, it just kind of pulls right up. So that's pretty much it.